Hey guys, I'm going to post my tournament score here. My video keeps cutting off for some reason. There's got to be some problem with the app corrupting. So hopefully I can get it to stay on for this whole tournament, but we'll see. The strategy that I use, especially for the tournament, is making sure you use a lot of Titans, or a lot of Powerballs anyway. So as you can see, with a Titan, I can basically power this through. Without having to do anything too fancy here. I'm going to aim like here with some curl and just a little bit of top spin. And if I can do this, it means you guys can too, because my clubs are awful. So it's essentially the same shot as the bounce shot will be. Right now I don't have the greatest amount of top spin, so that shot's a little bit easier for me.
Great shot.
So for this shot here, I'll always put right curl on. It keeps it away from that right side. I'll do right spin and right curl. So as you see, I'm going to kind of anticipate like how much extra power. I feel like it's going to come in a tiny bit too hot. So I'm going to take off a little bit. And I'm going to add a little bit of curl.
Perfect shot.
And as you saw what I was doing there, so I was like dragging the power up. Oh, just had it coming in a little too hot. I should have put just a touch more backspin on. That line almost perfect. Now the question is, so if I would have slowed that down a little bit on the same exact shot, it might have curled a little to the right. I might have missed it anyway. I'm not sure, but it was really close to getting the first hole.
Great shot.
And kind of my goal is going to be to get the second hole.
Nice on.
I know I told you guys I'd be posting some Tour 9 videos. They are going to be coming. I've been sick, under the weather. So I haven't really, my voice has been a little off, so that's one of the reasons that you haven't really been seeing that. Now I'd like to start bulk opening some chests, but at the same time, I'd kind of really like to save my coins and not do it on Tour 3 chests. So I'm not too worried about winning those Tour 3 chests. The only upside that I have to those is extra miles. It's easier to get extra miles because it's a Tour 2 club. So in a Tour 3 chest, there's not a lot of options out there. It's only Tour 1, 2, and 3 clubs. So only having Tour 1, 2, and 3 clubs, it can be a lot easier to get a Tour 2. Now the only thing is, in a silver chest, chances are I'd only get at most one. So right now my app seems to be acting up a little bit. Just gotta clear out my Alright. Looks like I'm gonna be I'll just turn off my Wi-Fi for this. Technical difficulties. Now the goal for hole number 2 is also try to get a good run here for eagle. You want to make sure when you're playing it that your misses are to the right when you're hitting that shot. So as you can see, I have more than enough club here. And you see I'm going to favor the right side here too. Just the way I like to play the hole. If you can hit this right side of the fairway, I feel like it's easier. You'll see me keep it mid to right. If I could get over there a little bit more right, I'd do that. So now the strategy here is to kind of get this to come in pretty good. I like to do it off this fringe. It looks like right now it's taking a couple different hops off the fringe, so I might not do it that way. More so than anything, I'd rather land it somewhere where it's gonna play a little bit more consistently. So you're gonna see me Oh, what the hell? This really gets on my... This really bothers me that this always happens to me. I feel like I can't post a tournament score without having a shot clock violation in it. This is crazy. It's important to get every stroke you can in the tournament. Especially for the sake of tiebreakers. So again, I'm seeing kind of the same thing. I don't know, the hop seems to... So... roll back. Sometimes when you lip that out, it'll come right back down. It's so ridiculous to have. But anyway, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Chances are with that shot clock, I might just not qualify again today. Just do it tomorrow. That way I can get the extra bundle offer. So I did take advantage of the bundle. It's only $2 to get 25 balls and 500 gems. So it's like, let's see, there's really no incentive, especially in the low levels like I am, to qualify. It's better to get the tournament offers. I bogeyed. It's crazy. That's crazy. No way I should have run that hole out right. So, you see, two guys from our league did get those first two holes. On this hole, yeah, this will be the hole that I get or something. This hole's really easy to get. I'm going to still use a navigator here on this one. Try to go at it with backbone. My shot on here is using the slope like this. So I try to get the third bounce to kind of be coming down to the right a little bit. I usually have it just on the high side like this. I know, like with the landing zone, I try to use the landing zone so I can kind of see. I can kind of tell by the landing zone the way that it's gonna, like if I have the power right, because I just kind of remember the landing zone well. You can see it was a little hot, but it is going to come, it will come back down that slope, and if you have it just right, it'll actually go in the hole. So when I play that on my other account, basically the biggest difference is having a club that has a decent amount of ball trail. So when I play that with a level 10 club, I can make it about half the time, because I can actually see how it's running out. So this should be good practice for this hole. This hole can be trickier. I like doing it with a Guardian, so that's probably the way that I'll play it. Guardian off the fairway above the bunker over here. I like it over there. Otherwise, if you don't play it like that, you gotta just try to guess this speed. It's a little bit harder. If you get the speed right, you can get the hole-in-one. And I didn't put nearly enough backspin. I like to do about 3 bars. But I've been making it check up a little too much. So you saw me play it a little differently there. But if you go ahead and check out some of my other videos, I kind of have a variety of different shots I play on that one. It's kind of based solely on the wind. And I've been playing it over the bunker with Guardian, so you'll see me do that for the tournament. As long as I remember to put Guardian on for that hole. And for this one, you don't really need to do anything too aggressive. Unless you want to. More importantly on this hole is hitting the fairway. So I'm going to get slightly aggressive just because I have this katana. I'm only going to get aggressive in the regard that I'm going over to the right a little bit. I'm not going to go over to the left. I'm not going to do it with a ton of power. But you could get it down there pretty good ways if you want to. Like if I would have used all 4 topspin, but here's the problem is, if you don't get it around that corner entirely, you'll end up in the right rough. And you're much better off playing this one from the fairway than you are from the rough. So what I suggest for this hole is playing within your limits. If you think you can hit the shot to put it in the fairway down there farther, go ahead and do it. But especially with the clubs I have, I just feel more comfortable playing it the way that I played it there. Well, that's part of the reason you don't want to shank it. The out of bounds is so close. So close. Now it looks like I'm right towards the north end here of a backbone. So I can see where the third bounce is. I'm going to guess that I want to do something like that. And I'm going to play at least 2 rings here. I'm going to rush this one too. Sheesh. Jeez, just missed it. Brutal. So something to keep in mind. Is that it's either best to maybe go a little bit farther than I did or keep it shorter. If you can do that with a sniper, Could be a good shot. The very north end of a backbone might not help, so it would have been nicer to have a couple more yards just so I could see what I was doing a little bit better, as opposed to just winging it. So you've seen me get the two first par fives, and then be very close to getting this one, and the second hole. Kind of lipped it out. Almost had it come back down. I just needed a little bit more lip out. If it would have took that corner a little bit harder. So chances are I'm not gonna qualify this round. I'd rather have one shot coming in through these four holes. Not to mention I have that shot clock as well. This guy's making me wait extra long. He couldn't have waited 4 more seconds before closing out his app. So now I have to wait here an extra minute because of him. Thanks, guy. So let me show you what I do for this one. Guardian. It's a Guardian shot for me. 82 backspin's about perfect. So I'll probably use more of the same spin as him. I won't use all my backspin here. This is one way to do it. A lot of guys like this shot. I find the bounce is a bit inconsistent. Sometimes it'll bounce more left than others. So I don't usually play it off over on that. As you see, his is really hopping left there. So I don't usually play it over there. There is a way you can do it, but it's more of I landed lefter there than that guy just did when I do it. But the way I like to do this hole is over here. It looks like, judging by my aim, I actually will use all this. So it said 82 back. Yeah, that looks about 82. So you'll see me get the second hop somewhere in here because it lands flatter. Again, I'm rushing. You see I do it with some curl. I probably did too much curl there. I did. But you can see if I can perfect that. So if you can play a little bit faster than me, instead of like ridiculous and have to play so stupid, you're better off. And I am just going to go ahead and forfeit this out. Start losing some strokes. I just wanted to show you an idea of how to play that. You gotta be a little careful playing it that way. But as you can see, it's perfectly acceptable and it comes in. If you do it right, it lands right on the hole, and you can sometimes pop it in. If I'd have had a little bit more time to be precise there, maybe I would have been able to get that one. But I'm playing extremely slow this morning. So I'm going to try to speed that up so I can actually show you my setup better. But the shot I did there was, no extra power and half curl, perfect ball. But I was leaving enough room to at least be able to shank one great ball to the right without hitting the rough. So that's the key, is leaving yourself enough room for error just in case. I think it might be easier with less power. I can actually pull this back more. So ridiculous. So I'm putting the Marlin on. Only downside here is I have to play more wind now. So I'll do it at least a ring. Maybe a ring and a half, and I'm still going to take off a little bit of power. So if you would say full is here, for example, I'm bringing it in some.
Perfect shot.
Just to make it land more up there. You see, oh, didn't quite get it up there. If you get it up just a little bit higher on that slope, it just feeds right down towards the hole. I was just a hair short. Now, it doesn't always go in, but if you do get it running down that hill, it'll at least, like if I would have just hit that just an inch farther, it would have rolled down the hill. Whether or not it would have went in, it might have lipped out, but it's giving yourself a chance. And again, just giving you a rough idea of what I do there. Now with this next one, I'm going to show you the shot with mile, because all the extra yards make all the difference. I'm going to lose some accuracy though. That's the only downside. Oh, shoot. This isn't even the hole I thought it was. It's hole number 8. I should have never switched a mile here. So, much better to hit this with Thors so you can thread this needle with the Thors than do what I just did. And of course, look at this guy that I'm playing. Just a total rookie snob. Shouldn't be here. He should just be going up to pro. I always think it's funny. It's no big deal. Like, I don't mind playing guys like this. It's just hilarious that it's like, what do you guys want with all those Tour 3 chests? There's no advantage to a Tour 3 chest. I mean, the only thing you're upgrading is your mile, and that's about it. So, key here is perfect ball. It's essentially going to be, especially with this mile, it's either going to be hit a perfect, be in the fairway, or miss your perfect and don't. So with Thor, I might have had room for error. With this extra mile, I'm going to have none. So that's part of the reason that I didn't want to put this on here. I could have probably hit that exact same shot with Thor, and I bet you I'd still be in the fairway. So thanks for switching that club prematurely, because now you're not going to get to see me do this pitch. But take a note as what this guy doing. This is where you should be, and you should have an end bringer. I don't usually do mine with front spin. I usually do mine with back spin. But it looks like his setup's still pretty good. So he would need to move maybe 3 rings, 4 rings. He didn't move enough. I can tell you that. So this is going to be going left, even with the shank. But he shanked it anyway. Now it's just going to be going even left. More to the left. So severe underplay there. You needed to go at least 3 rings, probably 4, if you wanted a shot there. So if you saw a similar wind, it's just something to keep in mind. Now, focusing on perfect ball is going to be kind of key here. As you see, I'm going to try to play it off this fringe. As you see, I also have room for error, right or left, but I can't go too right playing it like this. I have to be kind of spot on. So I'm going to play it about a little bit over a ring. I'm probably overplaying it, to be honest with you. And plus my timing's pretty terrible. So, miss the left. Yeah, and I'm just going to go ahead and forfeit this out. Make sure I don't qualify today. Now this is the hole I meant to show you. I should have looked at the actual picture instead of been so sure from yesterday. I swore 7 was this hole. It's 8 that's this hole. The only reason I'm playing it with this is because I need a couple extra yards. Otherwise, I should be using Thor's here too. But without a few more yards, I'm not getting there. So what you'll see me do, especially since I don't have the best curl with this club, is you're going to see me play it off the white of my bullseye. So here's kind of my target line. I want to be a little aggressive on this. So I'm going to play it a ring over from there, which is here. I'm going to play it, like I mentioned, off the white of the bullseye. And I didn't make it white, so that means I'm going to be out to the right. This isn't going to be a very good shot, but I don't really... The reason I switched to mile is because I don't really have enough power to get there, which takes the bunker out of play. It's better to have a little better angle. If you get it over there left, so if I wouldn't have shanked that, I would have been on line with the hole. It would have been a much easier pitch. I can still make the pitch, and I'm going to show you how. It's best to play if you want to make this one. Now, as soon as I get an extra mile 5, I can get there. So I'll kind of change the way I play it a little bit. This guy should be able to get there, especially with his wind is actually downwind. My wind was awful compared to this guy. He didn't quite get aggressive enough. You got to get more on the left there. You're going to see this guy roll out to the right. As close as he is, I dunk it from there. Just go for the dunk from there. You don't even have to play the wind. I'm too far to be talking about that. So what you're going to see me do is play the slope. So what you need to do is you got to turn it this way. And again, I won't really play the wind either. So if you could just kind of get that going down towards the hole. Like, okay, so that's kind of perfect. You see how it's going down towards the hole? Now the wind is going to play, but it's going to be ever so slightly. So if I have it going down towards, and then move it, and then hit it just downwind, it should pass the hole and come back a little bit. Hoping that great ball doesn't make it come down the slope differently. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Looks like I'm going to miss low, just barely. It might have been because of that great ball. Most likely because of that great ball. you should have this eagle. So again, that's another thing to keep in mind for tomorrow. So what you're going to see me most likely, what I consider the kind of stock round on this setup is 13 under, especially on rookie. You get all 3 par 5 eagles, and then this hole. This hole should be a given. You can just dunk this one. Even if you don't dunk it, don't play the wind. Just show your hops going in the hole, and then just hit it. No need to play any wind. Make sure you put the ball right in the middle of your circle. That's the key there. It should be a very easy hole to get. Oh, yeah. I was trying to remember if I put sniper back in my bag, and I did. Oh, you know what I don't have is Thors. I like to put Thors back in my bag. Unlocking that Thors has been favorable earlier on for me because my extra mile is so crooked right now. I think it's still on like 16% accuracy or 20 or something ridiculous. There's like no accuracy on that club right now. So one of the approaches you can do is you can go full ball, and this guy can really bend this around this corner. You'll see me do this on my expert clubs. I'll put a Titan on. I'll do mine full power. It's a little bit less effective the way this guy's doing it. He might hit the trees because he didn't land it long enough. But he pushed it out to the left, which is going to create a little bit of extra separation. You'll be fine. The only question is, see, that's the only problem. His shank makes it not curl enough. So you don't have to play that hole like this or like that. So you're going to see me just lay it out here. Keeping it away from the trees. You're going to see me just do it like this. A little bit of extra curl just in case I shank it.
Perfect shot.
I mean, the biggest key is just keeping it away from the trees. I hit that with a Titan. I meant to hit it with a katana. It is what it is now. So it's nicer to be able to hit it with a curl like that guy, but it's a little more dangerous. So you're going to see me just play it the way I did. Like I was mentioning though, best to do it with a katana. The way I played it was very safe. But I recommend, especially for this demonstration, I'm hitting shots that are very safe for you guys. Just trying to give you a general idea as to not make any mistakes. You saw me in the rough one time, and that's it. And of course, I'm on the very short end of sniper, so I'm in between clubs. So I'm not going to be able to give you guys a good demo here, unfortunately. I have to short hit this intentionally. So what you'll see me do is I'll kind of line it up to where when I hit this short, it might have a chance. So maybe somewhere around there, and then I'm going to have to short hit this intentionally. Hopefully this doesn't bring the tree into play. Oh my god, I had to hit a great ball. Oh, right over the cup. I had to bring it back a little bit more.
Nice on.
Looks like I needed that little extra. The way I had it, it was still hanging out to the right.
Eagle.
I don't think I'm really in jeopardy of winning or qualifying with 5 under, so I'm just going to go ahead and, or where I think I'm 5 under. I'm either 5 or 4 under. I don't think I'm really in jeopardy of qualifying at that score, so I'll just go ahead and put that one out and try to beat this guy. So again, same shot you're going to see me do. Below the slope. Down here, that's kind of my landing zone that I like to use. Kind of right in there. And for a 3 wind, I'm going to take off a ring and just a touch. Perfect ball. This is probably coming in there pretty nice. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, what a ridiculous. And that lip out made it twice as far. It was probably going to be 0.5, and it lips out, and then now it's 1.67. Is it hard lip outs? Watch me lose to this guy because of that. So all these games I'm tanking are hurting my win percentage too. So you're going to see me coming back down a little bit. So, a little bit unfortunate.
Big shot.
I was hoping I was going to be able to give this guy a good run. I'm assuming he's going to get in between. Yep, he got in between mine. That hard lip out cost me that hole. So anyway, you saw my round there. I probably shot somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 under. Yeah. I didn't make a single shot other than the par 5s. But I gave you an idea of how to make the shots. So you see I'd be up there tied with this chick. And she got the exact same holes that I did. 1, 4, and 9. So, see if you can use that to your advantage. I'm going to go ahead and qualify tomorrow instead of today. So, good luck with your tournament rounds, and any comments or questions or help that you may need. If you need any more tournament prep, just let me know. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And good luck with your tournament scores. Let me know how you guys do. Thanks.